Hello, everybody! I'm Ramsis!
And I'm TheVespor.
And we're here for another edition of Vesper's Retro Reviews, our 16-bit wrestling retrospective! People who played Virtual Console and have this on the Switch, Virtual Console should be very familiar with the game. Other people, though, probably won't be familiar with this game. It is on the Super Nintendo. It is called Natsume Championship Wrestling 1994, released by Natsume, of course. And there is a little bit of an interesting history to the game, but it is definitely going to be part of our 16-bit wrestling retrospective. It is also based on a Japanese game, and that's the interesting part of this.
That's correct. And this is known as an unlicensed game in the American market because in Japan, this was a part of the All Japan Pro Wrestling promotion. So they had those characters looking like them from Japan. But when they came to America, they didn't license either the World Championship Wrestling, WCW, or the World Wrestling Federation. So guess what? They changed the looks of the wrestlers to be as generic as you can be, and there seemed to be a wonderful fetish for snakes in the names.
Yeah, absolutely. The names are going to be the funniest part, because we're struggling to come up with names that an American audience would see as, oh, we need cool wrestling characters here. So they pretty much just gave like 5 different snake-themed wrestlers to their already existing. So the game, in case you're wondering, in Japan was called Zen Nippon Pro Wrestling Dash Sakai Saikyo Tag. And that's pretty much based on the All Japan Pro Wrestling promotion. But all that is cut out fully in this edition of the game. This is just like a generic can be wrestling game with wrestlers you'll have no idea who these are. And it's okay for what it is. It's a very different game, as you'll see, and we're going to show you how this works. This is not like the other games we played so far. One was a boxing game, pretty much. That was our previous game. And the first one was the LJN/Acclaim game, which everyone does the same exact moves. At least in this game, everyone has different moves. That's what I'll give this. But it's very different in how it plays. And that's the fun of this retrospective, looking back at the differences in all the different wrestling games that were out in this time. Again, we're going to have 12 games, one a month, showing you different wrestling games, and most of them are different, some are the same. This is one of those different ones. This is going to be very interesting, and that's really all there is. There's not much history of the game. It wasn't very popular. This is the type of game you would see in like Blockbuster or your local video store on the shelf, and you're like, NCW, what is this? I don't even understand it.
And well, you know what? I still remember seeing this game in Blockbuster and the local movie rental places like Movie Warehouse and things like that, and I was just like, man, let's look at the back. Wait, who are these people? I thought this was going to be like a fun ripoff, but nope, it didn't even seem interesting. As a matter of fact, when you look at the back of it, you're like, man, this looks stupid. But it does something right. And we're going to show you what it did right here in a moment.
So I think that says everything, Vester. I think the best way to look at this game is to just play it. We'll show you what the menus have, and it's going to be Ramsis, of course. I was elected again by our fearless leader to have edit in this game. But that's not to say Vesper will not take over. Once you see how to play this game, it's actually not that difficult. If you don't know how to play this game, it is impossible to play.
And we'll get into that story as soon as Ramses starts playing. But first, let's take a look at the game itself.
Alright, let's get that music going. Here we go. So these are the modes. Championship Tournament. That's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You have to beat everybody in tournament mode. Championship Tag Match. You do it with 2 people instead of 1. Round Robin. You try to win the most against 5. So you're going to go up against all 5 that you select or more, and you just have to keep winning. Whoever wins the most after all the round robins are over wins the mode. Same thing just with tag team members. And Exhibition, you might think, oh, that's just practice mode, that's just one-on-one. No, that is the 2-player mode of this game. This is the only way to play just 2-player modes. You can do 2-player in other modes, but this is specifically made for 2 people to go against each other.
And I do want to point something out. If you're wondering, hey, where's the option screen for this? There is no option. So be aware, everything has already been set up to the max for this. There is no change. What you see is what you get.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So with that being the case, we're going to do tournament mode because, you know, here on Vesper's Retro Reviews, we like to give you full gameplays. And the only options we have is Championship Tournament or Championship Tag. I think it's hard enough with just regular, we'll do regular, or the Round Robin, which is not as much fun or complete. If we do Championship Tournament, I'm going to call that a complete gameplay. We've shown you what the game has to offer, right? Is that agreed, Vesper?
I fully agree because they'll see why we're choosing this as our only playthrough in just a moment when we continue with our wonderful story about this. So go ahead and start.
All right, so let's show you the roster. So Championship Tournament, that is what we will use to show the complete playthrough of Natsume Championship Wrestling, the US version. So here is the roster. Oh no, first is you gotta pick your difficulty. Now we're gonna play easy. Oh, how can you play easy? Because the game is not easy, but the game isn't hard. It's hard to explain. To show you the game in the best way possible, easy is the way to do it. And that's the default setting, by the way. We haven't done anything. We haven't changed anything. That's the default setting. You can do normal or hard. The difficulty is just going to make timing different is all the difficulty means. So to do the moves, there's a certain method. We'll get to that. But easy means it's easiest to get the timing down. Normal is it's regular to get the timing down. Hard, you have to be more specific on the timing. That's all the difficulties really mean. And we're going to do easy because it'll still be a fun gameplay with you showing that. And that's what we're going to do. And you can boo hiss us, but I think it'll still be a lot of fun just showing you this. So easy mode it is. And now here is the roster. Now remember, these were all Japanese, all Japanese pro wrestlers that were changed in the American version. And they gave them the most generic names possible. Asteroid, M. Roach, H. Snake, Fang, Phantom, The Viper, Spike, Big Ape, Jacraze, Conan, Hebruto, and Python. So you can see all the snake. You have Fang, Snake, Viper, Python. You have all the snake names. This guy is just called Big Ape. I'm going to pick Phantom. I practiced with him a little bit. Honestly, it does not matter who you use. And it's not that they have the same moves. You can do any move using the same method. So it really doesn't matter who you pick. It's kind of cosmetic, but it's fun if you want to be like, oh, I'm going to be whoever. So I'm going to pick the Phantom. And the Phantom storyline is actually in the instructions. And pretty much his storyline is, the Phantom always seems to hit you from nowhere. Be prepared to be frightened against this opponent. He can do a mean elbow smash. That's the whole storyline behind Phantom. And unfortunately, it's badly translated. You have to remember, this was meant for a Japanese market. And then when they brought it over here, the translations aren't so good in the game. But that's expected. That's alright. It doesn't change the play of the game. So I'm going to pick the Phantom. You push start. And now I'm in tournament mode, right? Just like that. That's it.
That's right. Look at it.
Now I'm the green guy, and the computer is the red.
He looks like Macho Man if you want to get down to it.
Yes. And
now,
somehow I was able to do that.
Remember, you have to time it with his feet. It's working. Timing. You gotta wait. Food didn't hit the ground. Now.
Yep, there
you go.
See? That's how you... Alright, so...
Alright, now, while Ramses focuses on playing, it's Vesper's Story Time, a new segment that we are going to talk about during games where they are hella hard until they're not.
Yes, exactly.
So, what are we talking about with this? Well, this game, as we do with all games, we spend about an hour practicing so we can put on a good show for you and show some gameplay. Well, guess what? We tried for an hour and lost on every single match on easy. Both me and Ramses were trying our best. Remember, you gotta wait till the foot hits the ground, Ramses. Now, why am I saying, Ramses, you gotta wait till the foot hits the ground? Because if you don't, that's the wrong timing. And if you don't have the right timing, you will never get a move off. So, long story short, after an hour of desperation, we were about ready to call it. Well, I said, there's got to be something on the internet about this. Well, Google, being Google, took us to nothing that helped us until we randomly typed in something in YouTube. Because, like, you know what? There's other retro reviewers out there. They've got to have done something for this. Well, guess what? We were right. They did. And unfortunately, the reviewer we watched was not very helpful. But his top comment from 1 year ago told you everything you have to know about this game in a sentence, which was much more efficient than watching his 8-minute video. The secret to this game is you literally grapple somebody by walking into them, and you have to wait until their foot hits the ground to hit a button. As you can see, Ramses is not waiting for the foot to hit the ground. He's immediately button mashing. When you button mash, nothing in this game works whatsoever. The only time it works is when it's in exhibition mode, which means we are playing against another person. Look, my commentary has actually helped Ramses out because he's now waiting for his foot to hit the ground before hitting the button. And now that he's done it, he is totally whooping some butt here. But that being said, that is the entire secret to this game. And after we figured it out, we were able to do it. Now, continuing on with Vesper's story time, the book, the actual guide to this that comes with the game is fragmented English at best, although it gives you a whole list of moves. And guess what happens with those moves? They don't work half the time because, guess what? You have to look for tips in the manual that say, don't start with your strongest moves. So what they've done is, they've started it so you have to start with the wonderful Y button, then move to the B button in moves, and then finally to the A once you get them down to the yellow and red. So Ramses can now do the strongest moves, but he's got to be patient, like a cat, which he is not. He's not a cool cat here. He is the Macho Man. There we go, look at that. Now, that being said, after we spent an hour and a half trying to figure this out, after our first hour in watching videos and looking, we went to go get dinner and came back and decided, you know what, we're going to beat this. And today is that day, folks. We are going to beat it.
If he lets me get a move.
There you go. So Ramses, what do you think of my story time?
That was very well said, Vesper. Alright, we're pretty close up here.
There we go.
You
didn't time it right. I saw that one.
Alright, he's going for the pin.
You can get up.
Yep.
There you go.
Power bomb.
Game down. Almost there. Their energy rises so quickly. Alright, now... no, not yet. Grabbing. There you go. Do your power bomb on him.
That is...
That's the A button. Alright. Game on the ground. That's all you gotta do. Hit him.
Alright, let's go for it. There we go. That's how you play the game. But did you see the timing? Every time the foot came down... I mean, sometimes the computer's going to win because that's just how it is. But when the foot comes down, you can do your move because then you're stable. And they don't explain this in the instruction at all. I know Vesper said that, but I want that understood. We read the entire instruction manual because we always do that. And we're like, oh, okay, so that's how you play the game. And then you play it, and it's like it doesn't say that's when you're supposed to do the move. So if you push the button at any other time, that's it. You lost your chance. The computer automatically gets the move. If you do it at the same time... you have more of a chance to get it, but it's not guaranteed, as you saw, but more likely you are going to get your move off, and there you go, and that's how the game is. It's really just a timing game is what it comes down to.
Now, that being said, what I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the game, what they did right is, every character has more than 2 moves.
Yeah.
And it's quite refreshing.
Yes.
But the way you do them is absolutely atrocious, because guess what? If your timing's off by a little bit, you're going to lose.
So let's see what happens when you win the match. So I say, hey, Roach, you better ask your mom to fight for you. And then it says, you won this in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. You won via pin. And then Roach says, it was too fast to handle. I'll bring a mouse trap next time. Okay, right. So now we'll move on to the next match. And it's against the Snake. Yes, H-Snake.
Hiss Snake, right?
The Snake. Yeah.
Remember, you gotta be careful. You gotta... remember not to out-time yourself. Oh, wow. This is not easy, folks.
Oh, yes.
Don't get too caught up. What the heck?
Well, I can't get any moves off this.
There you go. He's gotta come in from an angle, remember?
Oh.
A little too early. Like I said, it's a timing game. Wow.
Wow, I know. Wow.
Timing was off. I know I can do this while I'm sitting here watching him, but while you're playing and doing this, this is not an easy thing to do, folks. There you go. That was good timing. I also like the fact how you just suddenly throw them out of the ring. Like, it's easy. No wonder there's no freaking Royal Rumble mode. Holy crap, it'd be the easiest mode there is.
Yes, you better do it.
Come on, Macho Man! Oh, yeah.
So you just gotta start out with basic moves. We should stress that too. You can't do the better moves till they're in the next color level. That's the important part here. So now he's in the next color level. I could try some different things now.
Nope, he's back up into blue again.
Oh, okay. Show that again. There you go. Let's show some moves outside the ring, perhaps.
There we go. He's getting the hang of it, folks.
Now, getting on the rope is very, very, very hard.
As in, we've tried for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you gotta do like certain button combinations while you're pushing up and left at a certain angle. So we're like, nah, not worth it. But we'll still show you the game here.
I mean, is this the worst wrestling game ever? No, you can actually get really good at this if you practice
the timing. That's what it's all about. So now I'm gonna try the power bomb. It's down and A. All right. So let's see if I. Oh wait, it wasn't. Yeah. Ooh, that was a good job.
Absolutely.
Alright, so down in A is what I want to try to do now. So let's see if we can get it.
Oh no, Snake's not laying up.
No.
Holy cow.
There we go, I got it. Power bomb. That took up a lot because that's a power move, right?
Yes, correct. Anything done with the A button is powerful. But the problem is if you look away, if you blink, you are going to get punished.
There's the DDT.
Almost there. As you can see, it's almost not even worth it to step on their face. There we go. Ramsey's getting the hang.
Let's try another power bomb with down and A. There
Now, I
it
do
is.
want to point out, folks, this is nowhere near as bad as SummerSlam. We did that game a long time ago, many, many years ago. This is still an actually better wrestling game than SummerSlam.
Yes.
Why is it? Because we literally played that game, we wouldn't even hit a button, and we would win tie-ups. Then you can pound your fist off and lose every one of them. So that game was so random.
Alright, let's go for it. Oh, not yet. We'll go for another power bomb.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Right.
Macho Man. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, the Phantom. See what they say now?
It's WrestleMania 4 all over again.
Yes. Snakey, don't snake around or I will kick your butt. Okay, Snakey.
I'll beat you next time. Gee, I can't really tell who the American wrestlers were in Japan and who the Japanese wrestlers were.
I don't know this.
He almost looks a little bit like Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, he does a little bit, and the guy below looks...
He's Japanese?
Yeah, just... Okay. Alright, so that is 2 matches down. So you see, timing is what this game's all about. You know, and I can't talk much because I'm really focusing, but that's right. Vesper's doing a great job. That's why he's our fearless leader here. But timing is what the key to this game is. That's it. I can't stress that enough.
Because you have to do the utmost concentration.
Oh, it's crazy.
Now I'm going to point out something, folks. It's easy to say, oh, well, that's an interesting mechanic, for the day and age, which it really was, but here's the thing, and I cannot stress this enough, is the fact that I keep saying that I think that the N64 was like the peak of wrestling because of the controls and how you did things. And it was perfect on the N64 because it had so many buttons, and they simplified it for special moves.
Yes.
So, here's the thing. On Nintendo, there was this one little game that Ramses played that used a similar control set to the N64. And what do I mean by that? Well, why don't you tell him that name of that game, Ramses? Because I can't say it. It was another Japanese wrestling game.
Oh, I don't remember.
There you go, folks. It's called I Don't Remember, and Ramses played it. Get back in the ring, bud. Quickly. But no, it was an old Nintendo game where if you grapple them, you push up, down, left, or right to do different moves.
Pro wrestling?
Not that. They did one after that. Remember, it was the one that did all the strange colors on the screens and stuff when you beat them and went to a different level.
I mean, Tecmo World Wrestling?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But they did it right in the fact that you could actually choose the moves after you grappled. You only had like 3 seconds to choose, but you could do it. And you could do different moves besides just 2, like in Pro Wrestling, which was the first one. So they could have just easily ran with that idea for the Super Nintendo. Why? Well, the Super Nintendo had a grand whopping 4 buttons and 2 bumpers. You could have done a lot of moves and a lot of things that were pioneered in the N64. Not as well, but listen, like in this game, they have about 8 wrestling moves, as in grappling moves, and then they have tons of running and other moves. Problem with this is that, as you can see, it's all about the timing.
Yes, that's what this game is. It's a timing-based game. And once you realize that, then the game's playable. But you gotta realize that first.
If nobody told you that you gotta wait till the foot to hit to do the move, then you are screwed. Because that was me and Ramses for over an hour going, this is unplayable.
Yes.
On easy, we can't get a single move off. But
Oof.
that being said, I still think they could have made high-quality wrestling games. And this sort of gives you an idea that they could have. The beauty of the N64 and its wrestling game was, in fact, even though it was like this, literally exactly like this, you didn't need to use a control stick for movement. You used a D-pad, went up and around, and all you had to do was actually hit a grapple button, and whoever got the grapple off, there was no button mashing involved. You either reversed or you didn't, and you grappled them, and the game was so much simpler. Here, it's a whole thing of, I can't talk smack. If I'm playing with my friends, it's going to be incredibly hard because if I don't hit things correctly, it's over.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm trying to show you other things, but really you don't have to do other things. You just have to get the energy. It's one of those games, oh, his energy's in the black, that's it. You know, it's not like a Kami game where the energy was your spirit meter and it kept fluctuating. This is, nope, punch it down. But you do regain energy. That's something we should mention. Your energy does regain over time in this game. But the lower your energy gets, the less likely you are to get moves off, and you get stunned easily also.
3 down, folks. 8 to go.
I am the champion. Nobody can beat me. Man, it was one of those days.
Yeah. Now, obviously the fun of this game's against your friends, but I mean, this is kind of going to be repetitive.
Against Conan.
That's not Conan. Conan would never be seen wearing pink.
Wearing pink? Well, Ric Flair wore pink, right?
But he was the man. And if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Body slam. Body slam.
And by the way, he's starting with the Y button, and then he'll eventually move to the B button once he gets him out of the blue. Like the controller, I mean, not the controller, but the actual instruction booklet says you have to hold L and R and then hit A, B, or Y to do these moves.
And it's not true at all. You don't have to do any of that stuff.
And they'll say up or down, and so far we've not really seen...
I've done some of it, but not a lot. See, like, that's a suplex there.
And the suplex here is, let's see here, looking at the instruction manual, da-da-da-da-da.
The powerbomb down in A, so I did that.
So, yeah, that doesn't even say you can actually do a suplex, folks. I'm not joking.
Powerbomb.
I'm looking at the actual controls.
I think I was the backdrop up in it.
Up in A? Okay.
Oh, that's the backdrop. Okay.
So, yeah, there's no suplex on here.
I don't know
Literally.
how I did that. Sometimes you just get random things that happen.
There you
once you realize how it works, it does work well. I will say that. Once you realize the timing of the game is fine, you know?
But don't be like us, searching the entirety of the internet and YouTube for a 2-sentence response on a random video.
Oh, no, don't do that.
But...
watch our stuff. We'll show you how to play it.
Yeah, we'll do the research for you.
Right.
Because...
that's how nice we are here at Vesper's Retro...
well, I mean, Ramses is about ready to cuss at it, spit, flip off the screen, and say, I'll never play this game again.
Now
and then we found it.
Yes. That's the secret move, by the way. Down and Y. So I can get this. Yep. That's his secret move that you don't know exists.
Yeah, that's their finisher. Really fun, right?
Ow. Powerbomb.
And look how fast their energy comes back, folks.
Let's try it. Oh.
Gotta do another one.
Powerbomb.
Like, I would honestly hate to play this game on anything but easy. Because the computer can time it perfectly.
Yes, and hard, forget it. You gotta be perfectly timing. Let's see what we say now. Now you know who's number one. I hate the fight with this guy. You're Conan?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. It's just... This is one of those games that can only be played on easy.
Yes. And did you know the Phantom was based off of the Japanese wrestler Rusher Kimura?
Well, I'm glad you are looking at one of the things on the screen.
What do you mean? You don't think I knew that off the back of my hand? I'm a wrestling expert like you are. We do wrestling here, don't we?
Yeah, we do it badly.
Yes, and you guys are definitely telling us how badly we're doing, and we appreciate that.
But forgive us. We haven't watched this for 40 years.
We love when you guys do remind us of things, because it's like, oh, yeah. So, yes, thank you, guys. We're not upset when you guys remind us of things. We love it, actually. Yeah, keep it up. Anyway, let's move on to the next. All right, here we go. All right, now it's against Spike. Oh, Spike from Transformers. That's cool.
He looks like Hulk Hogan.
No, he looks like nobody, right? I know he looks like Hogan a little.
Except he has brown hair. He looks like he's going to eat you. I'll give him credit. They do give some good difference for size difference. But the problem is your guy's 6 foot tall, 258, and this guy's only like 6'4".
Oh,
he's
wow.
like...
He looks like he's a whole foot taller.
Yeah.
That's the suplex. I think that's just the...
It's not on... Like I've said, folks, it's not on...
I think that's the Brain Buster. I'm pushing B. I think that's the Brain Buster.
Okay, so that's the Brain Buster.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe their controls are a little bit better.
That's the body slam.
Okay. Push down and Y to do the elbow smash.
Down and Y? Okay. Look at that music, isn't that cool? Nope, that gives his secret move.
That's what it says the elbow smash
okay.
is.
How much of a secret? Oh, big boot. He's very Hogan-like, though.
I see he's pulling a Hogan.
Get out of the ring.
I like how he warped through the ropes.
You need to. Yep, that's Jake's move.
But do you notice that we're actually having fun now that we know how to play this game?
Yes.
Is it the greatest game ever?
No. Is it fun, though, for what it is? Yeah, it's fun.
Only after you figure out the boot step thing, because if you don't know this, and it does not tell you anywhere in the instruction manuals, you will fail. You will hate this game, like we did. We literally spent an hour practicing against each other trying to figure out what we're doing wrong.
Yes.
And we never figured out anything about the boot.
Nope.
But there is a big problem here I'm noticing. Like when you're stepping on them, you're not doing any damage. All you're doing is resetting the energy. I mean, he can do other stuff, but in all honesty, folks, there's actually a literal move list with this that you have to do, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. B and A, though, are what you have to do. So you can put him in a sleeper hold, technically walked up to him and pushed B. Push B on his head. Oh, he has to be sitting up. Oops.
Driver.
Yep, that's it.
I did it.
That's up and B.
Yep. So now you can do the better moves now that he's weak.
Finish him off with that power bomb.
That's not the power bomb. Power bomb is down in it. Alright, let's do our finisher, which is down in A.
Well, it's the unofficial finisher. Now pinning. At least this game's easy to pin. You just push L.
Yep, just push the L button and that's it. Alright, so far Phantom is doing well. Danny Phantom's doing
No, it's the Macho Man. Oh, yeah. I'm the cream of the crop. Yeah, I rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
I tell you what the Phantom said now?
No, because the Phantom doesn't want to listen.
He's getting stronger, but not strong enough to beat me. I need to brush up on my moves. That's all you gotta say. Gee, I need to really practice some more and
That's because he's like the rotten curdled milk. Oh, yeah, he sinks to the bottom. Yeah, he's down there with the Ultimate Warriors and his warriors.
DDT.
What, the Piper?
The Viper.
Oh, I thought you said it's Piper.
No, the Viper.
I was going to say, I don't remember Roddy Piper being blue-haired.
It either.
You know whose model that is, don't you?
Nope.
That's the Phantom's model with hair.
Oh, yeah, we do look so. Go for a powerbomb.
I don't think you're... Oh, wow. I guess maybe you did get snuffed down. But you have to be careful, guys. You literally do have to start with Y.
Go out.
There he goes, folks. Try picking him up. There you go. Just go on in. I mean, you're not going to count him out, and quite frankly, you don't need to.
Ooh, big kick, huh? Oh, uppercut.
It looked like he kicked you in the gonads.
Yeah, that was nice.
Now, the thing that Ramsis hasn't been able to do is something called a head hold. This is different than grappling. But we don't know how to do that exactly, so...
Powerbomb, though.
I'm thinking it has to do with the... Oh, what's wrong for setting them up, maybe? Like, you can actually pick them up and send them up halfway if you go into it and hit the right button. Ramsis just like stepping on their heads, so that's fine, too.
Like walking over.
It's because I like walking all over you.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'm used.
But the only problem is this thing doesn't take any energy away. I like how you can stop in this. It's like, no, not running.
Power driver. Pile driver.
Power driver.
Power driver.
He's making his own moves now, folks. It's the power driver. There we go.
Just like to mix it up a little bit so I'm not doing the same thing. That is another good thing about the game we should mention. There's a good move set in it. Now they really have some...
And at least it's only up and down or L and R, but the L and R doesn't matter. You can do those basic ones just by hitting the button. Why don't you try doing one of the other moves? When they're on the ground. Like using the A.
Uh-oh, we're going for Oh, I reversed it.
Push A. See what it does. Are you just stopping?
Same thing, A and B. He doesn't have variety on...
True enough. I am the Phantom. I'm going to stomp on your face.
Alright, let's try his... Yeah, that...
I like how the ref is now looking away from you. There you go. Push A. Just kick him in the Jimmy, huh? I think I'd give up at this point. Ring, Griff! Ring! Oh, he's ringing my bells! Oh, stop the match! You see how much he was beating him and he still didn't fall down?
And he's fine, yeah. Oh, never mind.
Not pity.
There you go, that's how you totally beat up the opponent. Hey Viper, you forgot your diaper. Oh yeah, you see what they did there?
Yeah.
I have to admit that he has become a good wrestler. What's he thinking? Yeah, you know, he's pretty good now.
He's pretty good. He just whooped my butt. Matter of fact, he sat there for like 5 minutes just kicking me in the Jimmy.
That's why he's giving that look to this.
Yes. That's why you're seeing the whites of his eyes, not his eyeballs.
Actually, it's Big Ape. That's right. The big...
Not so big, right?
I've seen bigger.
That's right.
Uh-oh, he's going for a... DT.
I mean, this game is truly kind of mediocre, but I do appreciate the movesets. Some of these guys have more moves than others, but since you can actually do different moves, and they actually tell you how to do them, which is something that a lot of games would only reserve for the strategy guide. I do give them props for that.
Yes, I agree with that.
You're not going to do the rapid butterflying kick to his Jimmy?
We already did that routine.
Yeah, but you know, that's how you make a finishing move, you know. People will fear the Phantom if you do 30 kicks to their Jimmy as your finisher.
Yeah, I would say. Powerbomb.
I mean, they do little things here that are fun, like the crowd's actually moving.
Yep, the crowd's moving, they have reaction, they get excited when it's a close pin. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff they do.
And I also like the fact that once you figure out the game, there really is no button mashing.
No.
We're not lying when we're saying if you hit the button in the grapple before you actually get to that foot down, you will lose every time. So
oh yeah, the computer will beat you very easily. You can lose this like in 1 minute if you do that.
Big apes being a big galoot.
Let's see if we can get on the rope here.
Nope.
No.
Remember, you have to hit the bottom 3 buttons. Y, B, and A.
Oh, we're going for a...
Oh, he's a big put ape, you down. Right. He's a big ape.
Computer.
We gotta do the little circling method we figured out in other wrestling games.
Double.
Well, no, you come in at an angle from the top. Remember? Okay, ow! And the power bomb finish.
Go for it. 1, 2. Oh. See, the crowd gets all excited when it's close. You hear that?
Uh-huh. Why do you keep doing that? You should have done your power bomb.
Alright, he wants a power bomb, folks.
Now you're kidding. 3. So guys, with that secret in mind, always remember, wait till your foot stops.
Yes. I'm in top condition now. I don't feel like losing. Oh, boy, he was too tough. Big 8 for you. He was a tough guy.
Absolutely.
Alright, who we got next? It is... Bangs. Looks kinda...
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Here, I can get out. Okay. Maybe you should try get him count out. That'd be different.
Let's see if we can do it.
I don't think he's got too much energy.
Yeah, he's gonna get up too.
Get in now, quick.
Oh. We tried. We might try again. We'll see.
I don't know. That guy, I think, just had too much energy. So no ending it early, guys.
Nope, we tried. Stomp him.
All you're doing is keeping his energy from regenerating.
All driver!
Boom!
Body slam!
Not much energy off. That was a weak move. But yeah, you can see where this game can get very repetitious. Yeah. There is 12 different wrestlers in this game. And you have to go through all of them.
Yep.
This is on easy mode. And just look at what the computer just does randomly. Could you imagine that being regular on normal difficulty? The on hard, you're just like, we're sorry, you're always going to miss. Because you're not accurate enough. Like that. Ow! Let's sit down! You're going to take this and like it.
Walking all over, huh?
As you should.
Can we get up?
Never!
No driver, no power bomb.
There we go.
It's hard to get the moves when you pick them up. That's what I'm trying to learn here. Like this. This is what I wanted to do.
I like the fact that he is just now kicking the crap out of the Macho Man.
Yeah. Good plug.
You have to pull it around, my friend. By the way, the only button mashing you need to do is when they get you in those moves. There we go. Teach him a lesson. I don't think you're going to get it.
Crowd was excited. DDT.
Now do it quickly. There we go. There we go. Woo!
That was fun.
We're getting close to the end now,
yeah,
folks.
you can see they're getting a little tough.
And this is not easy.
Yeah. It was a good match. Fangs, the lower space and a comma in the middle there for no. I never seen him in such good.
I love that fact that he's like covered in pee.
Won't ask what the yellow stuff is. We'll just say, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, absolutely.
Python.
Kind of reminds you a little bit about Jake the Snake in a little bit of a ways.
Yes.
Kinda, because he has like long hair like a mullet, and that's the only person so far. Well, no, we had another guy. Had
See if
long
we can
hair.
get him out.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
That's what you need to do to get him out. Let's throw him. That's going in. He's going in.
Oh, we weakened him.
Yeah, you did? But yeah, folks, I mean, honestly, that is the biggest weakness of this game is there's no license. These aren't wrestlers you know and love and care about, so there's no want to just keep playing it again, you know?
No, that's true. I mean, it's fun for what it is, and you can use all the wrestlers, but it's like, who cares? These are just generic nobodies, you know, it doesn't... But it's fun to get better at it, you know, play normal, play harder, do some of the other modes.
There is some replay value, but the problem is that it's going to be just like Japan because there's going to be no button mashing, and when you grapple, everybody's like, I gotta have the most perfect of timing.
Yeah, exactly. That body slam took a while.
I know, it's just kind of weird. I don't know, I just can't get down to the fact that this is sort of like a quick time event. You know what I mean? It's like...
But can you get it at the right time? Can you beat him to it? That's all it is, yeah. Go for the... that thing.
I say go for a power bomb. Teach that man a lesson. There we go.
Oh, he went through.
At least he didn't get ejected out into the outer space like it likes to do.
But now we could try to throw him out.
Nah. Just go for it. There we go.
There you go.
Go, Macho Man. Go, Macho Man. Go. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Pith. Days are now over. Or your days are over now, whatever. The referee's count was too fast. It's not fair.
Or is it?
Got next. Asteroid. We forgot about him.
Kind of liked him because Asteroid's a cool name. But unfortunately, you know, with modern wrestling now, you can't really have cool gimmicks like that anymore.
Oh, now you gotta have your name or something.
I mean, they do have some, but they're not the same.
Oh,
It's just like Tommy Gun or Tommy the Machine Gun, I should say, like in Rocky. That's the gimmicks they do nowadays.
That's right.
Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Those were the original gimmicks, but come on now. Hulk Hogan, Big Boss Man, Sergeant Slaughter. Now, these are the gimmicks that I love. Use X, throw him. Oh, wow. He didn't. That was actually one hell of a body slam. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Took a lot.
Or if that was his super secret move.
No, I think it's just you're getting later in the game. They get, I don't know.
I like the fact that you get a brick wall called the rope. You notice that, folks? He's getting dazed by hitting the rope.
There we go. The music's not bad. It's a little upbeat. It's silly. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish it was different music every time.
It is their music. You haven't been paying.
It has been?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I heard this one like 3 matches
We've heard
ago.
this one, but it's been different matches. It hasn't been.
Okay, good. I do agree that you need some music in the background. That's one of the problems with some of the later wrestling games is that the music is either good or it's unabashedly terrible.
Hard to count out in this game.
Oh, I wouldn't waste it and lose. That'd be absolutely hilarious. How'd he lose? By count out.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, but with you, you get absolutely frustrated when that happens. Restart the game, and then I'll come back in like 3 hours after you get to the same point again.
I think you continue right where you.
That was
Ow! Ooh, ow!
ooey owie.
Breaking me out.
I like that. Go, Asteroid, teach this fool a lesson.
Love to do
Hey.
one of the other moves. Yeah, this. That's what we had to learn, how to do the stun move.
See, that's the big problem is you literally have to look here and go, how do I do that?
Right, and do it.
It'd be L and O. I bet that's it. L.
Right, oh.
Hold L and then hit the button. Like for what you're doing. Let's see.
Alright, let's try.
L and A.
Yeah, there it is. Alright, you got it. L, that's how you do it, folks.
Pin quick. Right now, pin.
Alright, so now we know L.
Well, I mean, it does say it doesn't do for anything else. It gives you this chart here.
There is a lot of L usage in this game, let's put it that way, but not for everything. It says you need it for it, but you really don't. You can just do the button itself. Hey, Asteroid, you need 10 more years to defeat me. Well, it was not my day today.
Okay, Asteroid.
Fly away now. Alright, who do we have now? Bruto.
King Bruto.
You think that's what it says?
No, it actually says it when you pick him. Remember during practice, it actually said King Bruto.
See, there's different music.
I don't like it. I like
I
the
don't
last
like
one
it.
better. That's what matters. This is not something you're going to download and put on your iPod. That's for certain.
No. I have a lot of video game music up to Dump, dump, dump. It's like a Hunter theme. Dump, dump. Yeah, it's like the Hunter theme.
I don't know if it's Hunter, because it's Hunter's like dun 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 dun.
That's alright. But this is it has that feel to it.
I guess maybe.
Dump, dump, dump.
You are dumb. I do agree.
Hey Bruto, what do you have to say?
I say this is hard to get.
Oh, I almost have.
Remember, you have to hold the L button. That's the problem. You see, that's something that they didn't need to do, folks, is add that extra button. It should be like, I just walk up to them if they're sitting up,
And it just automatically happens.
hit A,
yeah.
B, or Y, and it'll do
there's
it.
no reason why you need that extra. Oh, they got me.
We'll get back in. Well, I'll get back in. There's no counting it.
It's a slow count to the...
Well, that's how wrestling goes.
Yeah, the ref's like, 1.
And then it looks like you can't get back in. He'll be like, yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He'll look at it and like, blah, blah, blah. Get away. I mean, you can watch some of the old matches where the guy's getting back into the ring slower, and the ref will just look at the other guy and start make up any excuse to restart the count.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll give you as much time as you need if it's part of the script for them. I don't think the song is that bad, is it? Very 80s. Oh, brother.
See, isn't that much better now?
Well, actually, yeah. Yeah, let's go for another headlock. It's great now that we know what to do when he's...
Folks, you really just don't know. I mean, during Vesper's story time, you didn't see the amount of alcohol we consumed.
We don't drink this.
Oh, that's right. We don't drink. That's right. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Gotcha,
no,
buddy.
We don't.
Then what's this 40 ounce doing in front of you?
40 ounces? That's a Diet Coke and a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's a 40 ounce of sadness is what that is. He drinks his Diet Coke, folks. He can't go for anything harder like Dr. Pepper Zero.
Whoa, this is heavy. Alright, so he's Marty McFly now.
He twisted his his ankle during the match.
I twisted my ankle during the match? What type of excuse is that?
Something that you would give.
I don't use excuses like that. Alright. Oh, never mind. I won the whole thing. Well, there you go.
What the hell did he win? He won like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
belts,
6.
2 trophies, 3 plaques, and a...
You won 6 things.
I won! VespOr, I won! Natsume Championship Wrestling!
Here you go.
I am the champion!
Hold up, let me go get the champagne bottle.
Wait a minute, we don't have champagne here.
Here we go, all over you.
I'm gonna ask where he got that from.
Because we don't drink here.
Right. I am the VespOr, I'll get you from. But that was Natsume Championship Wrestling, everybody.
This game will drive you to drinking, is what we're trying to say.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Well, no, it isn't. Well, it is that bad till you find that one obscure thing. And guys, the reason we keep saying this is we literally looked for an hour on how to do these moves. It's not written hardly anywhere, but a random post. So we're going to tell you, wait till the foot hits the ground, then hit your move button, and guess what? You're gold. You're going to get to do different moves. This is why this game's so good. And while this is scrolling, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this.
All right. That's
the only good thing about this game is the different movesets. I do not like the fact that it's all about the timing because of the fact that the computer is going to take advantage of that when you put it on normal or hard. It's not going to be about skill. It's going to be all about, oh, you can't see that because at this precise moment, it's all about if you hit the button correct. Ooh, pass that jack over here.
That's a Diet Coke. Anyway, do you see they had U.S. advisors? So when they translated it, they actually got advice on how to make it more like an American wrestling game by Hiro Nakawa and Michael Morbury.
I think probably Michael Morbury was probably the bigger contributor to the English on that.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
But no, I mean, the whole thing is, hold on. Oh God, I'm hitting the bottle hard here.
Anyway, that was Natsume Championship Wrestling. Copyright. See, copyright, not copyright.
So copy to the right.
Right.
Yeah,
yes.
Copy to the right, guys.
Right. Don't copyright, but copy to the
That's
right.
right. Yes.
Copyright. So they didn't even get that right. Wait, hold on. Do I get to enter my name in here, VespOr?
There is no name entry. You should know this. Look at this, folks.
It's and.
Now
to give our happy recap here on our third wrestling game of VespOr's Retro Review 16-bit Retrospective. I never played the game, and I see why I never played the game, but I don't think it's a horrible game. I think it's okay for what... I'm not even going to say it's fun, because it's not really that much fun. It's okay for what it is, And once you know how to play it on easy mode, at least, I'm sure it gets harder on the where the computer will get removed. But on easy mode, at least, it's a cakewalk, and there's not really much to the game. And everyone has similar move sets, so even though the moves will look a little different, it's still pretty much the same way to do everything. It's not the worst. I'm sure we've already played worse, because I think the other game we played before this was actually worse than this. This at least felt like a wrestling game, while that other one felt more like a boxing game. So
with warping, with
a lot of warping. So this one at least got it right. But I'm trying to be nice here. I don't think it's a horrible game. I just don't think it's memorable or exciting or wow, I got to check this out.
Now, here's the thing. Where I'm going to really disagree with Ramses on. Now, we're retro reviewers. So imagine you're that kid. It's the weekend. You're with your friends. You love wrestling. You pick up Natsume Championship Wrestling. You're like, all right, guys, let's have fun here. You do tag team with your friend, and none of the moves work. You can't win a single move. It's on easy. What's wrong with this game? Is it broken? I can't do anything. It's 1994. Good luck with dial-up on that point. And good luck with there being anything on dial-up on GeoCities trying to find, why can't I get any move to work except when I'm doing exhibition? Why can't I do anything? This game was horrible, terrible, evil even, because this is something that you wasted your hard-earned money mowing grass on to rent, or if you were in high school and could actually have a job, you wasted valuable money renting this game, and you can't do a single move unless you're playing against your friends. Now, that being said, we have the advantage of the internet now. And I'm pretty sure I didn't rent this game because it looked so generic on the back, because I didn't have any wrestlers to relate to in this. So why would I want to play it? And boy, can I tell you now, I dodged the bullet on this. There were so many better games that I rented on the Super Nintendo. And I don't know. I really dislike this game because of that. Now, I will agree with Ramses on this. It does feel like a wrestling game when you know what to do.
Yeah.
But in 1994, we didn't have cable internet. We did not have sites. We did not have YouTube. We did not have message boards that were easily to do. ICQ, good luck. This was a random game, mediocre at best. And quite frankly, it's good that we're reviewing it so you don't have to play this stinker. Because I tell you what, if you didn't know to time your moves with your foots, you'd be like me and Ramses after an hour getting ready to put our fists through a monitor.
Investor's forgetting one thing. Anyone who has a Switch has the ability to play Super Nintendo and NES games, and this is one of the included Super Nintendo games. So millions of people have probably already played this and had no idea to play it, by the way, but have probably already experienced everything we did until they had to find out how to play this.
This is not mainstream. There is no website for this. You can't go to Google and type in, how do I play this? What are the strategies? It doesn't tell you anything.
It'll tell you the moves, but not how to perform the moves. That was just a lucky. We looked everywhere. So I will agree on Vesper. If you don't know how to play the game, it stinks. It's a pointless game. But once you know how to play it, does that make it a better game? No, because then it becomes it's too silly and it's all time-based, and that's not fun either. I like where they're going with this, but this had to be more like, and we keep bringing this up, and we're going to bring up in every video, like pro wrestling on the NES. Very simple. Do simple commands when you're locked up. If you are faster than the computer, you get the move up. Why is that so complicated? It's not. It's such an easy method to do a wrestling game. Here, they're like trying to invent it. All right, when the foot stomps down, as long as you push this at the time, you'll get the move, but you can also use the L button sometimes, and if you push up or down with the button, you can sometimes get this other move, but it's not always needed, and it's not always clear, but if you just push the regular button, something will always happen, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, why? Why not just have all the buttons on the Super Nintendo controller? You have 6 buttons on the Super Nintendo controller. Why can't it just be the different buttons plus the direction, and there you go, moves happen? I mean, I'm not understanding why we had to reinvent the wheel here, because it didn't make the game better. It made the game not as good only because it's become pattern-based now. Now you're waiting for the pattern. Here I go. Now you're waiting for the pattern. Here I go. And then the computer will do cheap stuff in between all that stuff where they'll just keep on, you'll lariat at you. Like, that's their way of getting around a player being too good. And that's purposely programmed in, by the way, to break up you're just getting the moves off every time. There's nothing you really have to do to get the lockup. You can push the A to get the special lockup, and there's where you can do those other moves, but it doesn't really matter. All you have to do is just exactly what I did. Even on normal mode, this will work. I guarantee it'll just be a little, you have to time it a little better on the normal mode, but it's really the same exact thing. When the foot stomps down, push the button, that's it. So there has to be more to the game is the problem. And I never played this. This is the first time ever I played this, and I'm not kidding. I've never played this game. I'm the biggest wrestling fan, as you guys know, at least old school. I'm not new into the new stuff. I never even rented or wanted to play this game. I did exactly what Vesper did. I saw it in the video store. I was like, oh, this looks stupid. Why would I? And then you rent something better, like, Turtles 4 or something. You're like, well, that was a much better experience. Yeah, it's a very mediocre, average game. And it definitely played like that. It looked like that. It's still not terrible because we're going to play worse than this. And we've already had some worse than this. So this is like in that weird quagmire of forgettable, but not the worst thing ever once you know to play.
This game had the potential for being something special if they could have gotten either WCW or the WWF.
Or even one of the other independent leagues around. Just something in the U.S. that had familiar wrestlers. There was other leagues. You could have done any of the independents. It still would have been better because then you recognize some of the wrestlers in the game.
Absolutely. They need star power. But the biggest thing ever is the stupid quick time events with the foot. And that's why this game actually gets me hot under the collar, because in this quagmire of a game, there's actually something fun to be had, but only if you know about it. And in 1994, you would be hard to find anything on how to get your moves to go off.
Yeah, and I think that's going to wrap it up. So you guys tell us, and we might be wrong. Again, we are never against criticism. We're against you flaming or being over the top obnoxious. If you want to disagree, absolutely, but we do not want you to attack us for our opinions. I mean, that's what this is all about. If you don't like our opinion, that's fine. You don't have to. Believe me, everyone has opinions. But be nice about it. That's all we've ever asked. And you'll see from the comments, we always allow people to disagree if you're not an idiot about it. So if you love this game or if you disagree with us, please let us know why. If you agree with us, let us know why too. You're allowed to agree with us too, by the way. Yes, you are allowed to agree that you don't like the game that much. Let us know your feelings. Because I know this is probably like one of those, it's a hidden gem. Oh, people don't realize this game exists. And if you have that feeling about it, tell us why. Why do you feel that this is a better than we're making it out to be a game? Why do you feel that this deserves more love than we're giving it? We are going to be honest. We always are with our feelings of the game, but that does not mean it has to be your feelings. So stay tuned. We're going to give our reviews of Natsume Championship Wrestling at the end like we always do, and that's going to wrap it up. Stay tuned for our final rating here, and we'll be back next month for another retrospective 16-bit wrestling review. Will your favorite be next? Well, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss another exciting episode. We're reviewing 12, maybe 13 games in the 16-bit wrestling genre. You don't want to miss it.
Oh, and by the way, don't forget to activate your moves when your foot comes down. Only when your foot comes down. Ramsis, this is not in the final review. I will be angry. Make sure you don't activate your move until your foot goes down. Otherwise, it won't work. And besides that, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell. But that's what I wanted to say that today.
Well, you still can.
Oh, good. Well, let me have it.
Cut.